Yeah, so it's your boy Josh Jerv, pilot by day, pilot by night, all day. Is that my... That's... I ain't done it.
By day, pilot by night.
I'm a bit rusty. We're going to run with that though, yeah. But yeah, what a game week.
What a game week, man. So let's just go straight into it. First of all, I want to do a toast, yeah? Because that West Ham VAR call, there were a lot of Arsenal haters who were celebrating.
Hey, listen, people, I know people were ready to send the videos onto social media already. You ready, filmed it, was ready to press send.
Bro, there must have been like 100 gig of cancelled uploads.
But listen, to the haters.
To the haters, yeah?
To the haters.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
We're still top of the league. Innit?
Listen.
Was it the right call?
Of course it was.
I think it was the right call.
Of course it was. If a goalkeeper's hands are as important as their legs. So if I'm holding your leg and preventing you from kicking a ball, that's a foul.
Yep. My question is, or my concern is, why does it take VAR so long? To figure it out?
So I've thought about it.
Go on.
There's a little bit of grace that I can give them.
Is it going to say what the magnitude of the decision?
No. So I don't know if they were debating the Rice and Mavropanos, because Rice could have given away a penalty. Because Rice had his arm.
He did. But I feel like, I saw that. I did see that and I'm like, I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it?
It's a tough one, yeah.
Because they could have said, but then I don't think the ball went, but then it don't really matter if you hold the man in the box, you hold the man in the box.
Exactly.
But yeah, if you're impeded like this, because the man, but normally Raya is so good at coming for corners. I think he did get a bit, I knew he was impeded, but he's been impeded before and he still punches through.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah, man, it was 10.
Yeah, but that's not, look, refereeing's been poor anyway, isn't it?
Oh, 100%.
This doesn't take away from the refereeing stuff.
We've had some poor decisions throughout the years. And obviously in the last couple of weeks, when you look at the Champions League as well, there's been some decisions there.
Some crazy howlers, man.
But, I think it was the right decision. Yeah, that's like, my concern is, we looked at it, Gary Neville in the commentators, they're like, it's a foul.
Everyone called it, innit?
But why is my man there for it was like 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah, deliberating.
It's not like it was a penalty, was it? It was a man's hands across the man's chest. It's clear.
Stone cold.
But I feel like, because it had so much magnitude on the title race,
and
but also relegation, it's like you had to get that one right, bro. You had to get that. And for God's grace, not even God's grace, because it was the correct call. But still top of the league, Arsenal, 1-0. 1-0 to Arsenal.
It goes to show you, at this part of the season, where teams are fighting for something, those away games are difficult, you know.
Man, we are crumbling as fans, yeah? Look how distressed. Imagine the players.
Yeah.
So this is when we're saying about mentality, it needs to be top tier. Because as everyone's battling for something, everything's a cup final.
Yeah.
We got 2 more.
We got 2 more.
Well, 3 more. But 2 more for the league.
Yeah. Burnley at home and then Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, I know a Palace fan that told me they're going to play their under 12s. Under 12s. Forget it, they said cup final, man. I don't care about this league.
Yeah, but I'll take it as well. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
You got to do, man.
And this is why it's interesting, because Arsenal's got Palace before their cup final.
Yeah.
Man City's got Aston Villa after their cup final. And if Aston Villa lose, will they still be able to get into Europe?
I hope not.
No, if Aston Villa lose the cup final, they play
can
Man
still
City.
qualify.
Yeah, but they'll have to beat Man or to get a point at Man City. So
possibly, it depends what Bournemouth does.
Bournemouth do. So,
and Brighton.
So that gives a bit more hope that there's things to play for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where Crystal Palace, you can't compete for nothing really now.
Yeah.
So your shining glory of the year is the conference title.
And look, Palace should be I think they're safe from relegation. So they're on 44 points. West Ham's on 36.
Yeah, they're safe.
I can't see. Well, West Ham can't mathematically catch up to Palace actually.
Yeah, they're safe.
Because the most West Ham can get now is 42 points.
Yeah, they're safe.
So it's out of them and Tottenham.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. I need Leeds to do something special tomorrow.
They need to beat but Tottenham might survive, man.
I think Tottenham will. I think that Brentford result for West Ham last week put half a nail in their coffin.
Yeah.
So, talk about the Prem. Let's do Prem fixtures. And I want to talk about how we've got 3 British teams in all the finals.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, right. Premier fixtures of what game week are we?
We're you want game week 37, innit? We're game week 36.
Yeah.
Whilst you're looking for that, are we going to spend some time just giving Chelsea some justice? Because everyone's so fixated on Arsenal. Liverpool, I've seen Liverpool get a bit of what they're due, but Chelsea, man, how are they getting away with this?
I said this to you before, my imbalance in football is Newcastle's gone underneath the radar and Chelsea's gone underneath the radar. Chelsea's changed their manager more times than I've had girlfriends this year. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's been come on, Chelsea. And they've spent money.
I was going to say, how many people have come to me and said, Arteta spent 1 billion, this, that, the other. Before you ever talk to me about what Arteta spent, let's have a conversation about Chelsea right now.
Chelsea have spent money and everyone's tied to 7-year contracts.
Yeah.
Like, that is a problem for them because the players that you want to get rid of, because they're tied to long-term contracts, their price value is going to be inflated because they got so much time on their contract.
They don't have to go.
And yeah, they don't have to go for one as a player. remember Sean Wright Phillips on that? Man said I'm on $100 a week. I'm sitting down, man. He said I'm on $100 a week. Where am I can? Like, 2000s. You know, out of Big Bread, you know?
Yeah.
So
inflation.
Out of Big Bread. So you've got the young players that are on 7-year contract that they need to get rid of, yeah? But the value that they're going to put on them, no one's going to go pay them price.
Yeah.
Because, one, we've seen how dead they are. Like a Garnacho.
I mean, I see Garnacho, his future's like at a Fulham now. You know, the Fulham's reject.
I don't even think he's in a Prem player.
Nah, he's definitely a Prem player.
No, but I don't feel like
he's not a top Prem player.
No, but I feel like he would survive or flourish abroad. I think he'll flourish abroad. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not saying he's a championship player. I just think he'll flourish abroad.
Yeah.
Because when you look at, remember they got Mudryk. We dodged the bullet. We dodged the bullet because I was one of them guys. Why
but they laughed at us for not getting Mudryk.
Because we got Trossard instead.
Yeah, they laughed at us. And who's laughing now? It's almost like the last laugh could really go to Arsenal, you know. I think we need to toast more. We need to toast every hate.
Every minute. Let's hate these Tottenham, these Chelsea fans. Alright, how much they buying for? Bread.
I mean,
40 mil. After
it wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
It wasn't cheap.
Remember they got like Lavia.
I mean, he's been playing recently, but for his career at Chelsea, it's been underwhelming.
Mark Gui. Gittins
from Dortmund, I don't understand that one. I'm
still scrolling through that list.
When you sign that, if you look at Chelsea signings, you should be able to say, right, this is their strongest 11. We could do it for United, Arsenal, City, Liverpool. We can't do it for Chelsea.
Nah, you can't.
It's just a mishmash of mediocre.
I keep saying, they ain't got no direction.
Yeah.
That man are doing the football FM saves and that. That man is buying, the Wonder Kids. They Googled Wonder Kids of 2026. Yeah. And they said, let me buy them.
But that's what apparently why they saying he was at Cucurella.
Because he said everyone wanted him.
It's a joke.
They said if Man City won, then they must be a good player. Mm-hmm. You're right. But yeah, so we've got Chelsea. Obviously, they drew 1-1 to Liverpool. I think we've gone for Liverpool enough this season.
Yeah, worst defending champions.
Yeah, Brighton sent Wolves down. Like obviously they're already down. Bournemouth, decent win.
2 red cards, but they came out on top.
Yeah, they came out on done. That Ryan guy looks alright. Yeah. You know, he looks alright.
That City Bournemouth game's going to be interesting.
Yeah, because I said the only teams that could take points off City was Brentford or Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Who did they drop points last week? The week before?
Everton.
Yeah.
And that was away.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. But
so actually, City's away form hasn't been.
But even Brentford, they started well, you know.
They did.
All right, question.
But I just think City's just too strong at home.
They are. Question, do you think they should have had red cards? Because you had the little trip push Nunes against Sade.
Yeah, the Sade, I think Sade fumbled that.
Yeah, but he still got.
I think it wasn't clearly contact with Kusanov.
Well, it's the last.
He went down.
You think he went down?
I think he went down. I think he played that one and it just.
They said he done it for the foul. When you're through on goal. Do you know what? We've had this conversation today, about like Chris and that. Prem players need to stop playing for their fouls, bro. Like they need to. On goal, run.
Just run, get the shot, man.
And shoot.
That's what Sade should have done.
Yeah.
He had enough control of the situation. Enough control.
And then Silva lashing out. Silva's got a little temper in him, you know.
He has. He's getting away with murder.
He's got away with so much.
Even there's been a few times against Arsenal where I'm like, how are you not receiving a second booking?
I think last weekend, he hugged the man in the penalty box and he didn't get a penalty. But I don't know if it's Man City conspiracy. I don't know if they're trying to keep them nice because they got 115 charges. I don't know.
I think he's clever though. The way he fouls, it's like he has a way of
and
timing.
Also, he's little as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, how's this little man doing this to you? Think about it, like, if it was a big man, not a little man. Like, come on, So 3-0, I think Brentford had chances.
Thiago
had a big,
basically one-on-one.
Yeah, big chance. That's what's separating the big dogs from, like, do you know what I mean? Clinical.
Yeah.
Aston Villa done well. Was it 2-2?
2-2. They
2-2.
fumbled it. They didn't do well. They fumbled it. I'm tired of Emery and Villa. I'm sick of them. I don't respect them anymore. Yeah, they went on that great run, but
What's this noise?
Emery does this at the end of every season. When he's got two competitions, he has to sacrifice one for the other.
Yeah, but is he wrong to do that at this stage?
No, he is. Play for both.
Yeah, but maybe
Be competitive for both. You fumbled it.
Yeah, but maybe he playing Burnley, relegated Burnley.
Listen, again, when he was Arsenal manager, do you remember Baku, Crystal Palace?
Yeah.
He gambled Palace, lost in Baku, and ended up with nothing. It all worked out at the end.
Yeah.
But it all worked out.
Palace Everton, that was a draw. Saar on the score sheet, big up Saar.
Mateta on the score sheet, big up Mateta.
FPL. Look, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle. Obviously, Nottingham Forest, they've been playing through their skin recently, yeah?
I wanted them to beat Villa in the cup final so badly.
Yeah, do you know what? They like that was a you're 1-0 up and you just they used to obviously like three goals in like 5 minutes or something.
And they rotated the whole team against Chelsea and smoked them as well.
They got smoked. Chelsea got smoked by the B team. Obviously, West Ham Arsenal, what a result for us. What a result. What a result. Oh my gosh. Most stressful 5 minutes, but a result in the end. But and then we've got Spurs, Leeds, and Man City, Crystal Palace.
So I want to say something about Man United and Sunderland.
Go on.
Man United next season, I think they can challenge for the title.
I think you might be right. I said it this season. I said it when we had the early trial. I said your squad's good enough, but you've just got your leader is not good enough. Yeah, like you player for player. It could rival the top, like anyone in the top four. Do you know what I mean? Bruno, or let's talk about PFA as well, Bruno, Cunha, and Bremer, all Prem proven. Sesko needs to come in and do something. Hopefully,
he'll come good next year.
I think he will come good. Yeah. And the thing about him was the mentality. Remember, it was Sesko got, and it was like about the mentality. Remember, he took the level penalty for Grimsby, and from then I said, no, he's not for my team. Once they saw at the midfield, obviously, and Casemiro's gone here. If they saw at the midfield and get another like centre defender, because I feel like they got some injuries or something. It's a bit of a dip. Like,
their defence is there. Like if you look at their back four, that's the only part that doesn't worry me. Their attack worries me. If they can sort out the six, that will be but their defence is it's just whether they have a coach or a manager.
You think they should keep Carrick?
I mean, I think you should, because he's built momentum. The team know how to play.
They're in Europe for the first time in 3 years?
No, they had Europe before Amrin, didn't they?
Okay,
and they got smoked in the Champions League. But anyway, point being, I think if they can have a decent transfer window, look, we got Christian Mosquera for like 12 mil. If they can get some gems, then I think they can be they can put a fight. I'm not saying they're going to win it.
Yeah, but R12 for Mosquera, R12 M's for Mosquera was for backup. He's not really our first team. He can play it for and hold the position. Yeah. But Timber, Ben White are better in the position.
Yeah, but the point I'm making is like, if you look at the quality of their backup, it's the drop off is a bit.
Haven.
Yeah, I mean, he's done all right, innit? But he's not going to win you a league.
He's not. Or save you from a league.
So yeah, I think Man United will come really good next year, man.
What do you have on your agenda?
So, I didn't really have an agenda, bro. We're just going to freestyle it today, man.
I've got something.
Go on.
Bournemouth, Alex Jimenez.
You see, they put him to play with the under-18s. I mean, it's a serious thing, this, isn't it? Because...
Right, for context,
Yeah.
Context is everything.
Yeah.
We've got a 21-year-old footballer.
A 21-year-old man who's a footballer.
Footballer, man, earning more money than a lot of us. He is screenshots of an alleged conversation with him and a 15-year-old. And it's not even that he didn't know the girl was 15. In the conversation, obviously there's AI and anything, so alleged. Keywords, key statements that I took out of that are, you don't care that I'm 15. And he goes, I like them small or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that. I like them small. Yeah.
I like them small.
Yeah.
So for me, you're not. I can't say that. What was it? Well, for me,
you're
you're on the Savile ways, innit? Like, and I don't think our media's talking about it enough. Like, there's no out. Like, see how Greenwood went.
Yeah. Also Thomas Partey as well.
Yeah, Thomas Partey. Like, remember Sigurdsson went flying. He went, man, just transferred out. He didn't hear about Sigurdsson again.
Yeah.
If we rightfully or wrongfully, but Sigurdsson transferred out.
Why is the media not talking about this one as much?
I don't know, Brad. I think there's always an agenda. Always an agenda. So
even if we look at, say, the party thing, it was allegations and there wasn't any compelling evidence put socially into the public court of opinion like that.
And okay, if you think, maybe that's why Greenwood one was so harsh, because we heard the voice notes.
Yeah.
And we saw a couple pictures. We've seen...
With Alex Jimenez,
we're seeing the screenshots.
Yeah.
Man didn't even do it on a burner or nothing like that. Yeah. Man done on his full verified account.
Yeah.
And he's been suspended?
They took him out the lineup. So I think, can he be suspended if he's training with the under-18s? I don't know. The point being, though, is it's an underspoken topic, number one. And number two, it's almost like whoever the majority is in the public court of opinion is just selective with who's going to get cancelled for basically being a pedo and who isn't.
I know why, but anyways.
Boy.
I'm saying, if you got...
Michael, what was it? Was it the Sunderland, Adam Johnson?
Yep. He's the only one that's been convicted.
He got convicted, but there was big backlash about him.
Yeah, because...
There was Chad Evans, he got convicted, done time, came back. A lot of backlash about him. And then Alex Jimenez is out here telling 15-year-old girls that he likes them small. The
Adam Johnson one, obviously his one was, he felt like he got lied to in it because he went to a party where everyone's meant to have over 18, took a girl home, whatever. Yeah? Let me see your ID. When you're in a player of stature, do your due diligence. Do your due diligence, yeah? But the woman has said, the young girl has said, I'm 15, is that not a problem? And you've double dipped and said, it's not a problem. I actually like them small. Like, anyway,
disgusting. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens, because that's a big thing for me. That's a big thing like that. And I always say this, the imbalance of us as a country when it comes to reporting on, especially these crimes, to like violence against women and violence against young children is a big thing for me. Yeah. So be consistent.
Yeah.
Be consistent. That's all we're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll leave that to the powers that be, and hopefully justice is served.
Yeah.
But yeah, going on to better pastures.
So we got Champions League coming up, Champions League final.
Yep.
PSG Bayern.
What a game. First game anyway. First game. Everyone says, this is what the Prem needs, we're missing. There was no defending. There was no...
in the second game, you saw defending and
look what happened. And they said, this is Atletico Madrid's a total polar opposites. Bro, because both teams, Atletico Madrid, start their foundations to defend.
Yeah.
These men were going gun-ho. This leng for leng. Leng for leng. Go ban for ban. Literally, do you know what I mean? Machine for machine. Great game though.
Yeah.
Great game if you're a better man, shots on target as well.
I think we saw the world's best teams go for it. You had Mendes at left back versus Elise, probably two of the best in their position.
And Elise cooked him a good few times.
But Mendes, second leg. You had Harry Kane up against Marquinhos and Cohen. Harry Kane, the thing about Bayern, is they're obviously doing getting major headlines in the Bundesliga more than PSG are.
Yeah.
Because the amount of goals they're scoring, they've wrapped it up already.
They've cleaned up.
But for me, it's like all of that not to get to a Champions League final.
But yeah, it is. But obviously for them, it's just like you got to think locally. You can't invalidate someone's achievements locally because they haven't done it nationally.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I'm local champion and then I go to World Champ, then I'll win. I'm still local champion, innit?
Yeah.
So I got to give credit where credit due. Even though we were saying about the Farmers League and whatever, but Harry Kane's on how many GAs? 50 something?
50 plus, yeah.
50 plus? He's an old man, you know, and he's covering more track than I've seen. Man doing deep six.
Quarterback.
He's doing Tom Brady with it.
Doing the 8, you're doing the 10.
He is...
So look, Harry Kane in the form of his life, do you think England should build a team around him?
No.
You don't think so? Why?
No, not around him.
Why?
What around him for where?
The way we play. So basically, whoever you put on the wing, tell them to just sprint high up the pitch, allow Harry Kane the freedom to drop back and spray it wide, and then it just players bomb forward. Bellingham, you go forward, get closer to the box. Do you think we should play around
I feel like we've got too many egos.
Off-form egos.
Off-form egos for change. And obviously national is a different thing, man. Like England national, not like, see like Brazil.
No. What? But national being a different thing only applies to England.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, see like Brazil, them man, how they play, like their personalities outside of the Brazil national team is how they play in the Brazil national team.
Spain.
Yeah, Spain, man, you're doing tiki-taka, France, you might want to run to the... England, 2 banks of 4 basically, or whatever you want to do. There's changes. It's like, there's no... Very rarely do we have expression on the pitch.
Yeah.
So, do you know what? Whatever you want to do to get the win, innit?
Yeah.
But I'm not against it. I'm thinking like, it's his last tournament.
Yeah.
Let's try something different.
I think, and I'm not saying this from a football perspective, but if Arsenal win the league, I think England could win something, you know, because England is the international version of Arsenal. 2 European Cup final against Italy at home. Mm-hmm. I don't know how people are saying they didn't bottle that.
We bottled it. What do you mean? That was a bottle at home, blood.
Yeah.
You're playing at home
Wembley,
in our best stadium.
Yeah.
All our fans.
Then you got England. We're going to upset England fans by saying this, you know, but I don't care. And reforms on the rise. They don't.
I want to talk about that as well.
England, Spain.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider that a bottling, but it's still not enough to get over the line.
When we semi-finals to Croatia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bottle.
So if Arsenal can win the Prem this year, why can't England?
So what are you saying? Arsenal Prem, Arsenal champs, England World Cup?
Might be the time.
It might be. Interesting times.
And England will be underdogs as well, because like, as you said, all the gunmen are just shooting blanks. Palmer, Bellingham, Saka, even worse, Foden.
If we want to go and talk about to the haters and all the man talking about Foden, Palmer, Saka debate, where's you man now?
Yeah.
Real talk.
It's funny. The debate only happens when Foden and Palmer are doing well.
Yeah.
But when they go quiet, you don't hear pim.
Because I ain't heard Foden ain't starting. Mm-hmm. Palmer missed a penalty the other day.
And he's been dreadful.
Palmer missed a penalty the other day.
Forest.
Yeah.
And he scored against Liverpool. He's got ruled out.
Ruled out.
Yeah, he's been highly ineffective, man.
Take him to the World Cup?
I think Tuchel, because everyone's not firing, I think Tuchel should just take all of them.
Yeah, but you got a man like Rodgers.
I'm not really rating Rodgers' thing.
Right, going back to your Harry Kane question, sorry. Yeah. If Harry Kane does not start, who's our next future England striker?
That's a very good question.
Because who's after Harry Kane?
That's a very good question. It's not Watkins.
No.
And he's touching 31 soon, isn't he? He's not a young boy anymore, so he's not going to be around forever. I don't know who the next up-and-coming English striker is. DCL's got the goals, but Bowen's of age. You could put Bowen up front, but Gordon can play up front.
Yeah, but they're still not strikers.
Yeah,
They're
it's
not
not
looking
out
at
and
them.
out strikers. The striking
I
crisis is hitting
don't
England.
even know. I thought about it. I was like, who's next? Who's next up?
There is one player who's next up,
Who? Go on.
but it's not going to happen. Look, Greenwood's resurrected his career in France.
But he's on the right.
He's not. He can play up front.
He could play. Greenwood's cold, you know.
Yeah, but they won't. The fans and politics won't have it.
All right, question. How can, outside of England, people could make a mistake, serve their time, and come back, but we can't do it in England? Paul Pogba done it. Couple guys have done it on
England's media.
Yeah, so, if you're on the bad
Because
side
it
of it.
drives public opinion.
Yeah.
It what's the word I'm looking for? It amplifies.
Yeah, and the propaganda
certain
strong.
perspective. Yeah.
Especially when people are... Because, you know, one thing I realised, this sort of topic, on that though, but because the media is so powerful and we've got so many uneducated people in this country, yeah, that this solely believe...
I mean, most countries are uneducated though. The average person isn't exactly...
Okay, but we solely believe what the narrative is being told, and social media then amplifies it even worse, that we just believe what they say. So if before anyone does their due diligence and double checks it, cross-references it, because you see people repost anything, I'm like, big man, that looks like AI, that looks fake. Like, do you even put it in Google, is this real, or show me this plane crash or whatever? Man, this...
Yeah.
So, and obviously with Greenwood, domestic abuse, colour reskin, like, it's all against him.
He's back with his...
Yeah, what do you mean?
They got a family there.
Yeah, the dad said whatever the dad said, figure out your differences. I want life.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But then also then, who are we to judge then?
Yeah,
Because
it's a difficult one.
I'm sure there's families out there. Joey Barton, is he not in jail or something because he punched up his missus? No one ain't saying nothing about Joey Barton. I know he's retired, but no one ain't saying...
Yeah, it's selective, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, I really can't see who could be another striker for England after Kane. And England's got to sort that one out.
You have to. I don't know who... I actually don't... Yeah. DCL and Watkins, they're the next Prem ones.
I even struggle to think of like
Tony. If Tony came back to the Prem, he could be up.
Yeah.
But Tony's not losing that on that piece. That's generational wealth.
I mean, if we were to even name English strikers, that gets game time.
They're like...
Nketiah.
I was going to say him.
Fulham don't have English strikers up top. Brentford doesn't. Bournemouth does.
You don't tell us who should be the next England striker.
Solanke, but he's not firing.
He's misfiring. Nottingham Forest don't have no one. Arsenal don't have no one. Man United don't have no one.
Not really.
Sunderland don't have no one.
West Ham doesn't.
Wait there. Real talks. How do we not have a next... For the last 5 minutes, man, I was thinking, who's our next striker?
Brighton, Welbeck.
No, Welbeck is 32.
Of age.
Guards.
Newcastle.
No one.
Voltemade and Oluso or Sulu. What's his name?
Is he English?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's English.
But he plays.
He might not be English actually.
I don't think he's English.
What
He's
is
French.
he? French. Oh my days. We got close there, didn't we?
I swear he is.
He's Danish. Osula.
Oh, okay. Right, so we've got Champions
He's
League.
Danish, raw.
Going back to Champions League, obviously we digressed. Arsenal in the final, who did you want out of Bayern and PSG? Who do you think is the better matchup for us?
I think it was equal hell. Because let's do it, yeah? So, Luis Diaz and Kvaratskhelia, yeah? If that's... I
don't know how to pronounce his name,
but
the Georgia Messi. The Georgia Messi.
Listen, I'm going with Kvaratskhelia. I know it... Yeah.
Sorry, no disrespect.
No disrespect. Please forgive me, Caviar, yeah? Because what's
Caviar.
No, wait. I need to know, what's his even first name? Wait. Kvaratskhelia. Let's go Kvaratskhelia, yeah? That's easier. Let's go Kvaratskhelia.
Man's Georgian, you know, but you know how small Georgian is?
Yeah, no.
How they find him?
Well, you got Kvaratskhelia or Luis Diaz. I think Timber, because Kvaratskhelia didn't rip Timber last year.
No, but...
And I don't see Diaz doing it.
No, I don't think Diaz would.
Yeah.
That's Timber, bro. Timber's one of the best right backs in the world.
Yeah.
After Hakimi.
And Timber won't be there, actually, so it's probably Ben White, so that's rough.
Yeah.
Then you got to choose between Kane and Dembele. Dembele's a different problem to Kane.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have Kane.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have Kane because Kane, if he's in front of you, he's in front of you.
Gabriel and Saliba love an old-fashioned striker.
Strike,
Like
yeah.
Haaland, they love playing
they
Haaland.
love Haaland.
But Dembele, he's like a ghost striker. Like
Yeah,
he drops into
drops
the
in,
pocket.
yeah.
The next minute he's over there. Then running
he's on the
behind you.
right. Yeah,
And then on the right wing, it's Elise and Desiree Doué.
I don't want Elise. I think Elise is probably the best right winger.
I think so as well.
I think Elise is the best right winger. Like,
I think he's the best in
Mr. Nonchalant, blood.
Yeah, I think he's the best in the world right now.
You see his goal this week?
No.
When he cut in left foot, woof.
He's been doing
all
that.
day.
He's been doing that.
Man just does this.
Yeah, Mr.
Not
Nonchalant.
even a little way, man. Just
I have no fixed the mold.
yeah, literally.
No fixed the mold.
Yeah,
I'm nonchalant.
Yeah, I'm nonchalant. Yeah, man. Just cool. Back to the restart, mate.
So, for me, it's equal pain.
But I think PSG's midfield better than Man. Latina, Neves.
Yeah,
They're like they could bop it.
And I think Bayern are weaker defensively than PSG.
Yeah, Hakimi might be back, and Nuno and Mendes is there. So either way, it's a cup final.
It's a cup final.
It's a cup final. It's a cup final. So obviously we've got Aston Villa playing Freiburg.
Yeah.
And then we've got Nottingham Forest. I don't know who. Villa playing.
Freiburg.
And then Crystal Palace playing. Who's Crystal Palace playing?
I know they're playing in Germany.
Yeah, I think.
I'm gonna get it for you quickly.
But remember at the beginning of the season, we said how English teams were dominating, and then we kind of fell out at the group stages for Champions League. But this is my proof that this new model.
Real Valencia.
Yeah, this new model.
Real Vallecano, sorry, not Valencia.
Yeah, this new model is the reason why Tottenham won the Conference League.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because
no drop downs from the
if there's no drop downs from the Champions League, you lot are having an easy running because our fourth tier, which would be, or our players fifth, which might be a Man United, not a Man United, which will be a Liverpool or Chelsea, compared to Germany's fifth, it's two different leagues.
Yeah, England definitely has the strongest mid-table in Europe.
Yeah.
If you look at
the gap, the quality gap is not that far off.
Yeah.
Like we're seeing people drop points all the time.
Yeah.
Big teams take points. Like a Fulham could take a point off
and
you.
if you want to take it another step, if you want
to
talk finals, the last major club football final was won by Chelsea, an English team.
You call that a major one, the World Cup?
I mean,
Well,
it's a big thing in the calendar, isn't it?
Yeah. Because if we win champs, we go in that.
I don't want to do that, man. That's the one bad thing about.
We're going that in next year or 2 years, 2028.
2 years, yeah, because it's World Cup year this year, isn't it? Yeah. If we go into that, we need to sign players, man, because.
But you know what, Saka. When you look at Saka, Declan Rice, that man ain't had a break for like a while, you know.
I know.
It's a while.
Yeah. To be fair, Saka was injured for a while. But Rice is going to do all these games, then go World Cup.
Yeah, I'm saying.
He needs an extended break, I think.
Man, need to relax.
Irregardless of what happens, we need to think about just not having Rice for the beginning of next season.
Yeah, just say, look, take an extra 2 weeks.
Yeah. And then
go enjoy with your family.
Yeah.
Go have have a child or something. Do what you got to do. But it's a great advert for English football, for us to be, no matter how you feel about it, for us to be in 3 finals.
Yeah.
Because, come out, isn't it, basically?
Why do you think that the Premier League is more financially successful than all the other leagues? Because that's what it boils down to.
Yeah, I think one.
Like, what is it about Bournemouth that they can buy Evan Nilsson for like 40, 50, 60 million, however much it was, and a team like Sevilla are signing Alexis Sanchez and Azpilicueta on a free at 37 years old?
I think the money that we have generated, innit?
Yeah, but I don't understand.
Why did they choose us?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Because I think it went from Italy in the 90s.
No, see, I don't think that's money. I think quality.
Yeah, the quality. So I think the money followed the quality. Because obviously Spain's always had Barca and Real Madrid, but outside of them two, what's the quality like? There's Man United, there's Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle. These are Aston Villa. These are big clubs, that have got European heritage as well. So even though like people say about their current form, then also somehow we've attracted investors like Man City getting Abu Dhabi guys on, Liverpool getting their owners in. There's being business opportunities because the fan base, we spend money in it.
But not all the money's like TV deals is a massive.
Like all BT, TNT and all that.
But then, like, why is it that Bournemouth, like, what has Bournemouth done to be where they are financially against the likes of like a Roma, like a Roma or a Villarreal?
Roma, they were a good team back in the day.
Or like a Valencia. Like, what I don't understand. I get like if you
I just don't think them clubs have the global.
Bournemouth and Brighton.
No, but because
Brighton's got a rich owner. We know that.
No, but because we've got the Man United, the Liverpool, the Arsenal, and the Chelsea's, like the 4 big clubs, our fan base is worldwide anyway.
Yeah.
So when TVs and investors are looking at us, they could reach certain globes, like certain parts of the globe, and still make money. And I think also they do like obviously money and they marketing. They'll do the Singapore tour, the Abu Dhabi, like Dubai tour. You do pre-season in America.
So are you saying that Arsenal, Liverpool, United's global fan base is what the likes of Bournemouth and that benefit from?
I think so. I think there's definitely some of that. Like, I'm sure there's rappers, G Unit, look at 50 Cent. Then you see Tony Yo making these men are making money off of man, innit? So I'm sure there's some sort of hierarchy where if you're in the room, you're in the room.
Yeah, I suppose. If I just look at the Italian league here, so some of Atalanta's done all right in Europe, but like you got the likes of Roma, Lazio, Udinese, Parma, Fiorentina, man. Fiorentina's got history.
But they're also in like, if you look at academies as well, like the talent that the academies produce that then go into the world somewhere. So from like, there's money from, maybe it's just a business model from how they done it from young, growing up, like through the stages, the scholars, the academies. Maybe it's that as well. Like obviously, I'm not no advisor analyst into the football world. I just here for vibes. So
because it just feels to me the gap will like the other. I can't see the other leagues taking over anytime soon.
Never. And I feel like you see people investing in other leagues, trying to do that, but it will never happen. That's why people investing in. Look at Wrexham, for instance. Yeah. If they nearly got to the Prem.
Yeah.
So if they got to the Prem, and then they stayed in there, if they survived their first season, it's a madness.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You've got, even like Millwall was in the Prem years ago, they nearly made it again. You got Coventry back, who else is back? Middlesbrough?
Let me just bring it up now. Congratulations to those teams, by the way, that's been promoted.
But I think there's...
Are they still, because it's still the playoffs, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
So we're still waiting for the third team. But yeah, no, you did. Yeah, it's a fair point. So Ipswich came up, and then Hull, Middlesbrough, Southampton, Millwall going to scrap it out.
All right, last question. Off topic. Did you vote?
No, I don't vote.
Why don't you vote?
Because when you vote, are you talking about the council elections or okay?
Any election.
All right. So the reason why I don't vote for main elections is I've moved around quite a lot.
Yeah.
And when you vote, you're voting for your local area to have a seat in Parliament.
Yeah.
Right? So over my lifespan, I've lived in an area that's predominantly conservative, predominantly Labour. And so it's like the social class of that population has often tended to dictate who's going to be in power.
Yeah.
So like when I lived in, say, for example, the west of England, and I lived in a small town that was predominantly conservative, I could see why, because there's a middle class area and the conservative policy suited their needs, and there was never going to be a time where they would have voted Labour.
Maybe reform now.
Well, let's see. So that's why I don't vote, is because I look around and I'm like, what I would want, it's not going to suit the needs of the majority. So what's the point?
Yeah, but if everyone has that, then one ant don't cause damage. But many ants can.
But that's, if you could say if everyone had that approach, nothing would get done. But that would never be the case, because, like I said, the communities I've lived in, they all have collective needs.
Yeah.
And there's a consistency. So the chances are they're going to vote for their needs.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So
and
it's like, so...
And I feel that your needs change throughout life.
Yeah. And look, we know that swings happen, right? So we know there's a lot of conservative areas that voted Labour because they were fed up of the Conservatives, right?
And now they're gonna switch to some reform or something like that.
But there's a lot of people that ask me that question, why don't you vote? And a lot of these people think their vote is going towards the party, like everyone counts up the votes. It don't work like that. You're voting for a seat.
And do you know, funny you said that, because it's so funny, because I've had conversation of, obviously we've had our local council elections,
which is different.
Council elections, People have come in and said, oh yeah, I can't wait for reform because they're gonna stop the votes. Big man, the council can't do, but the council only changes your bins. Where does your waste go? Like your council tax, potholes maybe, if you got a youth club, like that's what.
I'm not gonna lie, the economic crisis that this country's in right 100%. Now, the budget for the councils are so stretched, I don't think political agenda matters anymore.
It's about saving.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna have to do cuts. No matter what party you are, you're gonna have to do cuts to radicalize some saving budgets. And that is the thing about social media, because we've been amplifying reform because they've got rage bait tactics, and we've got an undertone racist country. I'll say that.
That's a big statement to make, you know. That's a big statement to make.
Okay, tell me why people voted reform.
Yeah, but not everyone voted reform. A small percentage of people voted reform.
Okay, for the people that voted, they've had more votes than they've ever had.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because reform's campaign has been successful and they've appealed.
And what
they've exploited people.
Exploited their main concern, right?
I mean, they've exploited. 100% they've exploited racism.
Yep.
100% they've exploited misogyny.
Yep.
All the sort of social justice words that you can think of has been exploited because of. You can tell that by the people reforms put in place. So what they put someone who abused his wife or something, or who said Nigerians need to be melted.
He said, I'll beat my wife black and blue.
Yeah.
And then the other one said, they did suspend this one though. He said, why don't we melt all the Nigerians and fill the potholes?
Yeah, exactly.
That was great. That was crazy.
Yeah. So they're appealing to the dark side of a lot of people in society, but it's still a minority.
No, it's still a minority, and that's why. And
racist undertone. I'm just saying it's a strong statement.
It's a strong statement.
Yeah,
something I agree with. Though.
But if you look at even how reforms won seats in councils.
Yeah.
So they've not got like a concentrated majority.
Only in Havering, my local borough. Yeah, maybe this why it's so close to home. Like,
that's why your drone footage went viral.
Yeah, so we've got reform. And so my point is what I want to speak about is the miseducation or misunderstanding of politics. So someone come up to me and said, oh, it's going to stop the boats, and I said, it's the local council, like, yeah, but they're going to stop the boats. I said, okay, outside of stopping the boats, what is reform good for?
But even take a step back, what does stopping the boats mean?
They said, I could get into this, because she said, they're coming here, they're living for free, whatever, yeah?
It's all propaganda.
It's all propaganda, but like I said earlier, people are not doing the due diligence. I had to screenshot a stat that said we're actually, let's say like 400,000 came in, 6,000 people left. So we had 6,000 more, we had 200,000 more immigrants. We put 2,000 more immigrants out in the world than we've received. But no one's saying that because they're called expats.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw someone say something about why is it when you come to England, you're an immigrant, but when you leave England, you're an expat.
Yeah. Undertone, that's why. Yeah, but anyways, all I'm saying is, do your due diligence, vote for whoever you want to vote for, but it's like, make sure like you've done your research, because I can't tell. Like for me, do you have any beef with anyone that votes against your political beliefs?
I don't have my political beliefs are common sense, and there's no party right now that has a collective, for me, common sense policy. So let me explain, Here's another reason why I don't vote, I think the Conservatives are right in their approach to economical investment. But in practice, what we get is just a lot of, a lower form of reform rage baiting, right?
Yeah.
So all we got when the Conservatives was in power, all I saw from them was this and not as much action, right?
And they've got their hands in a lot of, or people got their hands in Conservative
Yeah,
pockets.
yeah. Then you've got Labour. Again, I agree with some of their policies, but then I look at the problems we have in this country, and I'm like, why are you passing this bill first when we haven't got any money to support that? When you should be focusing on strengthening the economy
Or like the war
and
stuff.
then passing this bill. No, just stuff like if you look at what they've done with benefits and that,
Yeah.
right? All right.
Well, the no cap.
Just in general,
Yeah.
like surely you should build the bank to then start spending money on benefits, rather than spending money on benefits when the bank is empty. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, so I can't deal with you.
Yeah.
And then when we get to the other parties, so
Green Party,
right?
that man are a little bit brazy
Alright,
still.
so
But there are one or two policies I agree
Yeah.
with.
All right. So I don't know much about green policy as much as I know about the others, right? But like, if we look at the green, for example, sustainability, great thing. I'm all for it, yeah. But what I'm not for is trying to come up with ways how we can move forward into the future when the technology isn't ready. So all you're doing is putting these renewable initiatives on poor people that can't afford it. You're pushing them into poverty.
Yeah.
So it's like, get the technology ready so that renewable is more affordable. People in poverty can afford it, and then we can build. But I just struggle with everyone.
No, I've got one last question.
Go on.
Last question. Do you think, and this is controversial, Western world would be better off under like a communist type of approach? Like if you look at China.
All right. This is a complex question, right?
Yeah.
So
where like all the government owns everything.
Yeah. It's a complex question. Let me tell you why. If you look at the philosophy in the West at the moment, there's a colonial social idea, which is our way is the best way, your way's crap. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Do you think that's a bit of entitlement?
So hold on. So the West look at, say, democracy and capitalism is by far like everything outside of this is nonsense.
Yeah.
But actually, when you look at the results and what's actually happening, China's doing all right.
Yeah.
Russia's a feared adversary,
Yeah.
and they've got to where they got to by doing what they did.
Yeah.
The West will look at China and Russia and talk about human rights, but then they'll vote in reform that want to scrap the human rights bill.
Yep,
do you know what I mean?
And they want the 0 hour contracts and all this.
Exactly.
And they want what do they want? Oh, you could fire a pregnant woman. That's mad.
Right. So they will look at China and Russia and say, communism, dictatorships, and criticize. They'll look at the Arab countries as well, dictatorships, no freedom, this, that, the other, and give examples, but then we're heading in that direction, number one. Number two, communism, we've seen what it's done in the past, and it ended very badly. Mm-hmm. I don't think it works, right? Mm-hmm. But then if you look at capitalism, what's capitalism doing for you right now? Do you know what I mean? I think the current wars that we're seeing, I think capitalism has a lot to play in that.
Yeah.
If you're looking at, I'm seeing capitalism cause a lot of loss in human life.
Yeah, it has.
With disregard, the same way communism was back then. So I'm not saying that communism is the answer, but my message is don't act like capitalism's the answer as well.
Because we embrace it, because we've got this, my way is the best way.
Exactly.
And we're not willing to look at it.
Yeah. Because look at China's respected right now. People want to do deals with China right now.
Businessman. Listen, one thing I say about China, I've gone to China, and obviously I don't live there, but when you look at the prices of living, and I see like an Uber was like £3, and they're all driving BYDs. I'm like, how are you not affording these cars, bro?
Yeah.
But obviously,
Economy's strong.
It's economy strong because the government looks after everyone.
Yeah.
And how we think about it, where we have got so many private factors that, like our railway, our Thames Water own the whole
Just
water.
a joke.
Bro, you own your monopoly.
Joke. That Thames Water, and they're still getting bailed out constantly.
But
capitalism, exactly.
Who are you competing against? And you can't.
There's other water companies, but the point is, Thames Water is a terribly run business that can't fold because we need water, basically. Any other industry, they'll be done.
but we ain't got the balls. If that was, the man would said, no, we're taking ownership.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's enough politics. It's enough. Any last thoughts?
Boy, I mean, what have we got to look forward to, man? Oh, how's crypto working out for you?
I got money in crypto.
I had a thought the other day, yeah? So, for crypto to work, everyone needs to buy into it, yeah?
Yeah. It's a pyramid scheme. So you say.
So I thought to myself, the crypto agents pulled up on Pilot and Els and said, you lot need to start promoting this so it can grow. You're an advocate of it?
I'm an advocate of my research.
All right.
So
is your research holding up? Is it proving right?
So there's...
Because we spoke about crypto and BTS like a year back, and I got the same energy, and you like, oh, it's going to take off this, that. Where is it now? Oh, Trump's coming in power, and he's going to sanction this.
He did for a bit, and then he went to a war, like a dickhead.
Yeah, but crypto was dead before the Iran war. Not dead.
No, because we went to all-time highs in March.
Yeah.
So I went way over 6 figures in that crypto. Like I've gone like way up.
See, here's my theory, yeah?
And also, like I said to you earlier, I put in a certain amount, and I've taken that amount out, and a bit of profit. So whatever's in crypto, it's just a bonus for me now. So it's like if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Because I've took and learned my lesson.
And that's good for you. I'm happy for you in that respect. But on the wider scale, you see crypto. I'm saying it's stopped title differently now. I think people have realised it's not going to kick off, right? I don't think it's going to kick off.
I think, go on.
And so what it is, if you look at the behaviour of crypto, it's exactly like stocks and shares. Like you put money into Rolls Royce, for example, the price goes up, you sell it.
Or someone says something about this, then the price goes up.
Exactly. It's this, but for some reason, we have it under the illusion that it's this potential digital currency that's going to come into the world one day. And I'm just not seeing anything of it.
I think if you look at our system of how we transfer money, there needs to be a change. I don't know what that change is. But crypto...
Why does there need to be a change?
Because the technology that we've got, the system is backdated. The system don't use technology how we use technology.
Why does it need to?
So if you are, obviously not for us, like if you send, and this is obviously little, but for the big companies...
It adds up.
Yeah, if you want to send a transaction, it might take 10 seconds. 10 seconds to send a transaction and you want to buy the stock at this price, crypto does that in a millisecond. So you can buy the stock at that price, it goes up in 10 seconds. So that's what Bloomberg...
Okay, I hear that, but then my counter to that is, if I'm on poor Wi-Fi,
But I think also there is the blockchain's there. The blockchain has shown that it could manage transactions crazy. And there is a lot of bills in America, and much we say about the West, but the West is kind of leading that forward. There are a lot of companies that are actually embracing crypto as well. So there's like MasterCard has partnered up. There's certain crypto like credit cards now. Yeah,
but are the banks not saying what I'm saying?
No, the banks are endorsing it.
No, what I'm saying is, the point I'm going to make is, if I'm a banker, if I run a bank, my motivation to bring crypto in as a product for the bank isn't because I think it's going to take off. It's because I'm seeing people putting money into it. So it's like, all right, well, let me get your crypto investment, increase my investment fund, flip that, and then put the money back in time for when you want to withdraw it.
Okay, but then on the flip side, if you don't do that, if you don't embrace crypto as a company, and these guys are doing that, then you're not making money in it. So it's like and then if people are then embracing it, then the price is going up.
But but the companies you've said are embracing it are companies that benefit from holding assets and cash. But if you're like, for example, if you're TFL or you're a coach company, how does selling your coach ticket in crypto benefit you versus the other way?
Because if people are, it's like MasterCard and Visa, and Swift.
No, but MasterCard will benefit because if you're giving them money to hold, that's more investment funds for them.
Yeah, but then
if you're a coach company, if you're a taxi, if you're
No, but if you're paying if you're using crypto to pay as a currency, there's gonna be value to it, no? So same with the pound. If you could not pay in pounds,
So it's pyramid scheme again.
however you want to see it, but there's money to be. Listen, I've put my money in.
No, good. Look,
I've come out. And you know what? It's so funny because when the crypto booms again, you see all the crypto boys come out.
Yeah,
It's time to buy crypto. I told you. It's better me. Yes,
they're like Chelsea fans, you know. They hear nothing when it's down, but as soon as they're up, they're loud.
But yeah, like so. But shout out to the people. I know a lot of people that have lost money in crypto as well. There's been some scams in there. There have been some real scams in there.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. But listen, else, I'm sorry.
Wait, they weren't there for who got done the other day? There was someone
in the UK. There was a fraud case. Yeah.
Oh, the athlete, the runner.
Was it the runner?
Yeah, there was a runner.
There's been quite a few crypto fraud cases, but
a British runner
had to pay back.
No, a British runner got arrested for something like going to old people and then dressing up as the police.
Yeah.
Hey, look, CJ Ujar.
Yeah, go on.
He was gold medalist and then my man's doing, look, alleged suspect, crime linked to a scam involving phone calls, multiple victim, acting as police officers and cryptocurrency companies, and then getting their details and then taking their cryptos out.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
But I don't understand how people are athletes like this and doing crime, you know? That's when people come from the hood and try to bring their people with them.
Yeah.
And then your people bring you down.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother subject anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, BTS, everyone, thank you for tuning in. And we'll be back next week. Peace.
Peace.